Hey everybody, this is Mark Bozon with the IGN Nintendo team, and I'm here to give you guys the video review for Castlevania Judgment for Nintendo Wii. When we first heard that a new Castlevania was headed to Wii, we weren't that surprised. The system is selling faster than any console in history, and third-party publishers are racing to get on the front lines. When we found out it would be a fighter, though, most of us are more than a bit confused. Castlevania has, since the days of NES through Super Nintendo, onto PSX, and into the portable realm, always existed as a 2D offering better than a 3D one. With Judgment, not only is the franchise going back into the third dimension, it's also heading into unknown territory. What surprised me even more, though, as a die-hard fan of classic Castlevania, was that I've actually had a really entertaining time playing through Judgment and seeing everything it has to offer. Castlevania Judgment is one part fan service, one part action fighter. In the realm of games like Power Stone before it, players select from a fighter from the franchise's historic cast members and take to the battlefield. With only a few combos and special attacks per player, though, it's more about blocking, countering, and attacking when the chance arrives than learning advanced combos and chain fighting. The experience is fun, but it is a little thin. The 3D action nature of it also bogs down the experience with an erratic camera that constantly is moving and shifting to try and accommodate the action, usually with little success. With that being said, action can be frantic and fun, and it's a great design for Wii's more casual crowd and fans of the franchise alike. Alucard has his token cape and blade, Maria summons her animal spirits and uses powerhouse magic, and a new, extremely unconventional Grant from Castlevania 3 uses his speed. Each fighter has a few little nuances that separate them from the norm, so while most battles become close-quarter slugfests, there is still some strategy to be had. The game offers a pretty nice cross-section modes as well, including of course a classic arcade mode where you select a fighter and push him through the ranks, a decent little story mode, survival fights, and a castle mode which tries to add a bit more depth to the whole experience with monster battles and item hunting, a la classic Castlevania Symphony of the Night. Castle mode could stand to be a bit bigger in the future, as you don't really level up or gain equipment per se, instead only picking up items as unlockables. And while the superior story mode is extremely short, only about a half hour per character, you do get little rewarding moments between characters, such as Eric Lucard toting the power of the legendary Alucard spear to none other than Alucard himself. Online, unfortunately, is a bit of a mixed bag, with connections based on player versus player, so if your rival has a less than stellar net speed, so do you. You won't necessarily see lag, but you will see attack input delay just like in previous Madden games. You make a move, and your character does it a quarter second later. With strong connections, it isn't an issue. With weak ones, it's not worth your time. Castlevania Judgment is sure to be an odd one to look back on as years go on. The style is very controversial, with new characters designed by Death Note creator Takashi Obata. The game is full of fan service with outstanding special attacks and venues from franchise's celebrated history, but the gameplay is far from standard Castlevania fare. For those that can get past the quirky art style and somewhat odd gameplay decisions made in Castlevania Judgment, there's an entertaining but simplistic fighter to be seen, and it's one that classic Castlevania fans such as myself may be surprised to find themselves enjoying. To check out my full written review on Castlevania Judgment, head on over to IGN.com.
That is the power of a Belmont!